Hello, children. Today I want to talk to you about redistribution of wealth and why you're a hypocrite. But because that topic might be slightly boring for you today, I've decided to mix it with the story of Star Wars. Now, as many of you know from a previous video, my dad, Mike, was recently laid off from his bounty hunting services. But before we dive into that story, I want to give you a little backstory on Mike. For our purposes, we're going to relate the Empire to the Republican Party and the Rebellion to the Liberals. And not just because I think John McCain kind of looks like a dead Darth Vader. Surely you can see the relationship. The Imperial Party wants things to be evil and stupid, as does the Republican Party. And the Rebellion/Liberals want to change things to make them better. Here's a quick rundown on the life of Mike. Now, growing up, Mike has always been a big supporter of the Imperial Party, or at least in regards to the redistribution of wealth. Now, aside from getting married to some hot chick, having two awesome kids who both plan to get their PhDs in their specific fields, and adopting the cutest Wookiee ever, Mike has graduated bounty hunting school, worked 10 years as a bounty hunter, and 10 years before that in a similar field. Mike has recently been laid off due to the Great Intergalactic Recession of 2009, and is now accepting all the wealth redistribution policies that he qualifies for. Prior to the Great Intergalactic Recession of 2009, Mike in no way supported the redistribution of wealth policies. He always said, well, I work hard for my money, I shouldn't have to give my money to someone who doesn't work hard for their money. And now I can perfectly well see this point. Although the times have changed, and now you're the one asking for money. Well, not asking for money, but certainly accepting the money provided to you. Now, for those of you who are slightly incompetent, this is hypocrisy. Hypocrisy, I say. Whew. That was strange. Whether or not he's a believer in the redistribution of wealth, he is still accepting the money and therefore supporting it through action. Ooh, I got my light to work. Basically, I have to flip the little switch like 3 million times, and it'll go on. Also, my computer just died. Back to what I was saying before, as Mike is now accepting the money provided to him by the government for losing his job and being unable to pay for his kids to go to college and get their PhDs and become super geniuses and also afford his house, Mike should probably see that even hardworking people such as himself, in all his crazy bounty hunting experience, can still be in shitty situations. And for all those individuals out there who don't believe in the redistribution of wealth and think that the money you make should stay in your pockets and only your pockets, let me ask you something. What would happen if you were in their shoes? What would happen if you were screwed? What would happen if you couldn't send your two awesome kids to college? Or pay for your house? Or buy your hot wife sweet bikini thingies with chains on them that I don't want to think about? Just saying. As some rather ignorant people state, that socialism stuff is almost as bad as those gays. And that's syphilis stuff that I got because I didn't use a condom because I'm a stupid head. This is me trying to refrain from swearing in my videos because I have recently found out that my entire extended family watches them. Awesome! Sarcasm. But back to what I was saying about socialism. This is me basically telling you that people don't know what socialism is. So let's go to the textbook. Socialism is an economic system based on individuals' goodwill towards others, not their own self-interest, and in which, in principle, society decides what, how, and for whom to produce. I seriously just spent a half an hour looking through this, trying to find the definition of socialism, when it was in the index. Basically, if you didn't catch any of that, socialism is essentially the concept of helping others and not being selfish. Meaning when you get laid off from your bounty hunting services and you need money, other people should be there to help you. It also means that prior to the Great Intergalactic Recession of 2009, when you still had a bounty hunting job and still beat people up and took them and did things to their unconscious bodies, that you should put some money towards helping other people, even if it means coming out of your own paycheck. Because let's be honest, if you want someone else to help you when you're in need, you need to help them when they're in need. And believe me, I totally understand the argument that most conservatives give saying that if it's my money, I should keep it because I worked hard for it. But then at the same time, if you're being selfish, stops two awesome kids from going to college and getting their PhDs, and or puts people out of their houses, I would say that you being selfish is not worth the consequences that happen to other people. And if you would, please do leave a comment below telling me what you think about redistribution of wealth. And if your thought process is still slightly conservative, what would you think about it if you lost your job? Because while other people are willing to help you, you should probably be willing to help them. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go tell my unemployed father to stop playing the piano really loudly while I'm trying to make videos when you would normally be at work. Bye!